Have you ever worked very hard for something and still felt empty inside? Have you ever followed what everyone called success, but later asked yourself, is this really my life? Today's story is about choices. It is about patience, and it is about what truly matters in life. So find a comfortable place, put on your headphones, and listen carefully. This story may sound simple, but its lesson is deep. Let's begin. Daniel was a very busy man. Every morning he woke up at 6 o'clock. The first thing he did was check his phone. Emails, messages, meetings. He drank his coffee quickly. He put on his suit and he left his apartment. Daniel worked in a large company in the middle of the city. He had a good salary, a modern apartment, a nice car. People often said, "You are successful, Daniel." But Daniel rarely smiled. At work, he was always in a hurry. He ate lunch at his desk. He worked late every evening. Sometimes he forgot what day it was. When he came home, he felt tired. Too tired to read. Too tired to call friends. Too tired to think. He sat on the sofa, turned on the TV, and fell asleep. Deep inside, Daniel felt something was missing, but he did not know what. One Friday evening, Daniel received a phone call. It was his mother. "Daniel," she said, "your grandfather is not well. He would love to see you." Daniel looked at his calendar. Meetings, deadlines, projects. "I'm very busy," Daniel said, "but I will come this weekend." The next morning, Daniel drove to the countryside. Tall buildings disappeared. Green fields appeared. Noise turned into silence. When Daniel arrived, his grandfather was sitting outside under an old tree. He smiled. "You look tired," his grandfather said. Daniel laughed softly. "That's normal," he replied. "Work is demanding." His grandfather did not answer. He only nodded. After lunch, his grandfather opened a small wooden box. Inside, there was an old watch. "This watch belonged to my father," his grandfather said. "It still works." Daniel looked surprised. "It's very old," he said, "but very beautiful." His grandfather gave him the watch. "Do you know why it still works?" he asked. Daniel shook his head. "Because it was taken care of," his grandfather said slowly. "It was cleaned, repaired, respected." Then he looked at Daniel. "People are like this watch," he said. "If you don't take care of them, they stop working inside." Daniel felt uncomfortable, but his grandfather smiled kindly. "You work hard," he said, "but when do you rest? When do you live?" Daniel had no answer. Later that afternoon, they went for a walk. The air was fresh, birds were singing, the world felt slow. Daniel noticed something. He felt calm. "I forgot how quiet life can be," Daniel said. His grandfather nodded. "The world does not run," he said. "People do." They sat near a river. "Tell me," his grandfather asked, "what do you really want in life?" Daniel opened his mouth, then closed it. He had goals, money, promotion, but the words felt empty. "I don't know," Daniel said honestly, and for the first time in years, he felt relief. That evening, they prepared dinner together. They talked, they laughed, they shared memories. Before sleeping, his grandfather asked one question. "If you had only 1 year to live," he said, "would you live the same way?" That night, Daniel could not sleep. He thought about his life, and he knew the answer. No. On Monday morning, Daniel did something different. He did not check his phone in bed. He ate breakfast slowly. At work, he took a real lunch break. He called an old friend. He left work earlier and took a walk. Life was still busy, but Daniel was not running. He was choosing. Life is not meaningful because we earn more money. Life is meaningful because we pay attention to people, to time, to ourselves. Success is not always reaching the top. Sometimes it is knowing when to stop and how to live. So ask yourself today, are you living or only running? Thank you for listening. Listen again if you want. Focus on the words, the rhythm, the meaning. And remember, a good life is not a busy life. It is a balanced life.